Hello, everybody. Sound check real quick. Let's see if the sound works. Today, the stream is incredibly fast, which is good. And we don't have sound. Why not? Sound is not working. Audio. Sound is not working. Let's try sound again. Sound working now?
Sound is not working.
There you go. Why is my mouse stuck? There you go. Okay, sound must be working now, I hope. I think. So, aloha Thomas, Alpha Drone. I see Ken is in here. Welcome back, everybody. Hot Rod in Daytona. What's up? So, I guess it was not working on my side. I'm going to do a Q&A. So if you guys have questions, just drop them straight into the chat down there. I'm going to be checking on it. I created a small, quick screen record as well to go through the options. I had a lot of questions that were emailed to me throughout this entire week. What's up, Glenn Edwards? And I'm going to go through those things with you guys. And also about, I finished 3,500 miles with this bird just today. And I'm just going to bring it close to you guys on experience-wise and questions that you guys might have in this whole thing. We have Pocho on the loose. What's up, my man? We have Adrian Hinz. And I appreciate all you guys coming. And yeah, let's get to the juice. Autel Evo 2 Pro. This is the Pro version right here, which is the 1-inch sensor. And the reason why I'm doing a Q&A again about this is because I have a lot more experience now prior to my other Q&As that I had. And there are a few things that I like with the new update that came out, 2.6.22. There's also an email, or there was a question in the comments section in one of my latest videos about somebody who asked about updates, and I'm going to cover all that stuff today. Today's what's up, Johnny Hennessy, and we have Walter Hall in the house. Aloha, everybody. So updating. Somebody sent me an email and asked me how to update this bird. So I told him pretty much just to go onto. Oh, I closed it. The Autel website. Hang on. I'm going to share the screen with you guys. I'm going to run you guys through it. And some of this stuff might be familiar to most of you guys already, and some of it might not be. So let me share the screen with you guys. Share screen right here. So in order to update, pretty much, you go onto the website itself, which is the auteldrones.com, and you're going to find under that technical support. You go on the technical support. Within technical support, if you scroll down, you have this part right here, which is the Evo 2 series. Once you click on that, you're going to have the download section right over here under the support. You click on that, and you're going to go all the way down. It tells you pretty much like PDF-wise what is available, what you can do. Then you have obstacle avoidance, blah, blah, blah. So you can go down, and in here, it already tells you in the version and release notes what the versions are for your firmware that should be showing up in your Autel Explorer app. Also, they have release notes inside there. And these ones are the two versions that you need that are required for this update prior to even downloading the bin file. So you need it for iOS, which is version 1.910, and you also need the 1.738 for the Android version. Okay. Once you manage to get your Autel Explorer updated, you go onto the firmware link over here and you click for download. I mean, for the bin file right over here, this part right here, and you download the bin file. Once that bin file is downloaded, you're gonna throw it on from your computer wherever you downloaded it to. You're gonna, what was that? you're gonna download it, and you're gonna open up the SD slot over here, the SD card slot that you have on the side of your drone. That's gonna be hard to see. So there's the SD card slot. So you throw that bin file onto your SD card. Once you threw it onto your SD card, you can open up the drone, just like as such, face it, put it onto the surface, take off the rotors, the propellers first, because sometimes apparently some people had it when they turned on the bird for update the stuff, the propeller started going off. This way, when the propellers are off, you're not going to cut your fingers, okay? You start up your controller first, you start up the device that you want to update with first, and then you start up your drone last. Once that is up, in your Autel Explorer app, there should be a prompt in there to update your firmware, which is in the beginning screen where you can see the whale and the person swimming and all that stuff. Once that stuff is done, you follow the prompts through and you update the whole thing. You wait until your controller tells you whatever is going on. And when that stuff is done and it tells you everything got updated, turn everything off. Turn it off and restart it. After you restart it in the same sequence, you do the controller first, the device, and then the drone. You'll wait a little bit, and then she should be initializing attitude, whatever. You can turn off everything. Now, if you have extra batteries, you have to repeat that slot, that whole process each time for each single battery. The SD card slot, the SD card comes empty after the update. Most people forget about that. So if you don't want to update via Wi-Fi, put the bin file back onto the SD card. I know it's a hassle, but that is pretty much my experience with it. I have to put that bin file for each battery separately every single time back onto the SD card and back into the bird. So that being said, that's how you update all your batteries. So that way, if you go out in the field, you're not going to end up running into the problem that all of a sudden it's prompting you for an update. Everything should be fine after that. Once you finish your updates, hover the drone first for about 2 minutes and try just slight movements left and right. Because if there's no issues flying it, in my eyes, in my opinion, in my experience, there's no need to adjust any of the calibrations. Even though it is recommended within the firmware that you should recalibrate your drone, calibrate your compass, and recalibrate your IMU and recalibrate your gimbal. If you don't have no issues with it, don't calibrate. It's that simple, because I don't see the need for it at all. I did not calibrate this drone after the 2.6.22 update at all. I didn't have to, and it flies great. I flew over 500 flights now, and there's no issues whatsoever. Okay, so that is my experience with it. So let's jump into the chat real quick. We have Peter Guava. Hi, everybody. My Evo 2 Pro is ordered and on its way to Costa Rica. Can't wait to let this bird in the air. Hopefully, it will be reliable like my Evo 1, which I heavily used and abused. I hope so, too, because I have done that to mine, and it's amazing. It's totally amazing. A binder said aloha from Redondo Beach. Aloha back to California. And thumbs up for the screen. I appreciate it. I deeply appreciate it. So that was one of the emails that I received. I also made a video, a screen recording with the options. No, I did that already. Sucks. There you go. So let's open that up. And let's share the screen again. Share screen. There you go. So with these options right in here, you're going to see flight control. You're going to see this part right here. And let me play this. So I hope it worked for playing. Did it work? Yeah. And there you go. Now I have sound in here. I don't need sound. There you go. Volume down. And we are. There you go. So within this part right here, you have your visual navigation, which also show radar. I used to turn the radar, show radar map off, because I turn off my obstacle avoidance, because I fly a visual line of sight. And usually I don't really require obstacle avoidance if I don't intend to go anywhere close, that I'm safe from everything, all the obstacles. You can leave it on if you want. But prior to that, the radar that you see sometimes that there's obstacles in the way with the yellow bars on the sides used to beep. You can turn that off now, so you don't have to turn this option off anymore. Okay. And I used to turn this off too, downward vision positioning, because landing protection and accurate landing used to give me hassle when I flew over water. So if I have waves and I fly over water and I'm like 8 feet above the water, and the wave comes up about 3-4 feet, and my drone is only 3 or 4 feet away, it used to give me problems. And the drone used to go either up, or she tried to land at some point too. I caught her in that too, in a landing process. She wouldn't move, and I was like, huh? So I yanked the stick upwards, and I almost lost her in the water. So I used to turn it off. That has not happening anymore since 2.622. So I don't know if they worked on that or if whatever it was, but it turned off. So it's not doing that anymore for water. Okay. Next thing that we have is an advanced setting on the flight controls all the way in the bottom. So I'm going to show you guys the sensitivity settings that I fly with. When you look at, I have the yaw movement is set for me to 35%. I have the brake on 100%, and I have the attitude at 100% as well. My flight characteristics are really good with that, the way I like it. So this is how I start my stuff, and that's how I fly my stuff as well. Next part that you're going to see inside here is going to be, I think I came up with the EXP settings. I don't know why it's doing this. I did bad on this. Did I not show it? I thought I showed it. I know I recorded it. Come on. So that's the break in yaw. And I thought I showed the other stuff too, unless it's at a later point in the video. Unless this was just initial settings that I did. Let me skip real. Sorry about that. I thought it was in the beginning of everything. Yeah, see these bars right here. So if you land, those bars on the side and all that stuff, it used to cause a lot of beeping. And there's now an option that you actually can turn that off. So I don't know if I put it here or... Question. I thought I recorded the whole thing because I did a B-roll on that whole thing where I showed my EXP settings and all. That is weird. Well, that's a live stream for you, my friends. Come on. You're messing me up right now. Where did I put it? I think it was when it had the clouds. Good question. I don't know. There's the clouds. Oh, I think it's somewhere around here. Because I had the clouds and stuff. I didn't like it. And I think then I did it afterwards. I let it hover there. Yes, I did. So I think I let it hover there. And that's when right now, there we go. So this is actually the settings part that I had in here. So advanced settings. And I think I went on to sensitivity. Yeah, and that you guys seen that part already. And then I accidentally turned it off instead of pressing the back button. And this is my EXP settings, guys. So plenty of guys ask me all the time for the EXP settings. And so this is the part that I use right here for the throttle down. Mine's on is all pretty low, like very low. What that causes is that my stick movement, my sticks itself are not as responsive. They're really, really low. And for me personally, it works really better to have that because it just works better. If you have it on 0.7, which is like the total opposite, the curve goes the other way. This drone is like super aggressive, turning, banking, moving forward, moving backwards. This is my settings that I have in here, which works out great for me. So if that helps you guys out in this stream, you guys see it right here, right now, which is really good. So you guys can see that part right over here. Besides that, we have visual navigation, and in that you have the advanced one, which you didn't have to turn off no more. Remote control is self-explanatory pretty much. There were calibrations and all that stuff, which is pretty much like the same thing that you can follow through. Gimbal wise, I think I went on to this and to show you guys, you see how my horizon is offset. So the offset horizon with the roll, you got to give it some time for that gimbal to actually respond. It takes a little bit before she starts moving the gimbal into the right position to keep the horizon straight. So should the horizon be straight all the time? Yes, it should be, but it was very windy today. So as you can see, I can go a little bit above and beyond, and you're gonna play around with it in post afterwards usually anyways. I usually zoom in about 5%, 5 to 10%, and I usually have always my stuff going where I play around with the horizon, that making sure that it's totally straight at all times. Okay. On the general, I think I only clicked onto this one is the part. Oh yeah, okay. So if this part right here, I got an email where somebody said, "What is that? Switch to a map, whatever." So a map is just like Google Maps is called a map. So if you want to switch to that, it's just going to replace your Google Maps on the top left corner of this whole thing, where you don't have the Google Maps part. So it's going to be the AMAP version. So it's using that. It has two versions where you can fly around with either Google Maps or with the AMAP. So that's what this part is for. Voiceovers is another one where you turn that part off. It doesn't give you any more where she talks to you and she tells you critical battery, whatever, or the signal is weak, whatever. She does not tell you anything. The lady stops talking to you on this app. Okay. The other part now is obstacle avoidance notification sound. So that was the sound that I referred to prior, where you don't have it anymore when those radars are blinking, that you have the beeping sound. It turns that all off, so you don't have to turn down the volume on your device anymore in case you want to keep that on because you're getting a phone call or you're getting a notification from one of your apps or whatever it is. And that included pretty much like plenty of the stuff. In the general part 2, you're going to find in the About section, you're going to see that your Autel Explorer is up to date with the latest firmware, which is required based on the website statings. So that is it to the screen sharing and to the screen recording that I created for you guys, because it covered pretty much the questions that were emailed to me based on where to find these options. So now let's go back to the chat. We have Babajao, what's up? What's up, my man? And then we have, very good, I use about the same settings. Okay, so that was the settings for the EXP. So plenty of people ask me, now you've finally seen it for the first time for yourself. Question, what happens if you let someone borrow your battery in a pinch? Will it work safely? Yes, it will. I had a friend of mine who has an Autel Evo, and he ran out of battery because he only brought 2. And I gave him one of mine, and he slapped it in, and it was no problem. So as long as their software is the same, but even if it's not, it's a smart battery. It needs its own software to manage itself. So I haven't seen no issues. I know that he probably didn't I don't think he updated past the prior to 2.518 or something. And I update it all the time. So it had no issues. So you can slide that in, and it works. So my battery worked in his, and he had like 30 minutes that he flew it around. Is the operation of the Autel smooth and precise under ideal weather conditions? Yes, it is. For me, it is personally, and plus you have the option under the intelligent flight modes on the top left corner. You're going to have it where there's one called dual stability. What that does, which brings me to another question that somebody asked. In the intelligent flight mode, dual stability, what that does is it slows down your movements based on when you fly. When you fly and she tilts forward, and she holds that gimbal forward, when you brake, she will not go immediately just from that to whoa, like this. She's going to do it gradually, and she's going to try actually slow that movement down to give you the most smoothest experience. The problem with that is if you go full blast, balls to the walls, your braking distance is going to be also longer. So you got to be careful on that. You got to calculate that in. Going 45 miles an hour towards a tree, if you have dual stability on, and you're flying that fast, you might end up crashing into that tree because the braking distance is a little bit slightly longer. And that is usually with the heaviness of this part, it goes like 20 feet, you know, so okay, take that in consideration. Also, you have precision mode. Under precision mode, you limit this drone maximum speed, maximum yaw, and I'm going to get over all those parts too about things that bother me about that whole Autel Explorer app. So, that is pretty much set precision mode under intelligent flight mode, which gives you precise flying, really good, smooth, keep your subject into frame, and just do it super smooth so you get those buttery smooth cinematic shots or good shots. I hate the word cinematic. So Ricky Britton said, hey, my brother, I missed the beginning. You're awesome. Thank you. I appreciate it. Didn't miss anything. I had a sound check test that apparently my sound was working already. Did you get a modded cable to connect your tripltek tablet to your phone to keep the tablet from drawing power from the controller? Yes, I did. And it is, where did I put it? It was sent to me by tripltek. They said to me that they're probably going to try, where did I put it? That they're probably going to try put it up for sale. It is a short wire that goes actually in the front of this tripltek tablet. Is it right here? No, it's not. There's so many wires these days, and I haven't really gotten, unless it's still in my bag, and my bag is in my car. I think so. So it's a shorter USB wire that goes in the front. I personally don't really dig it because it's just straight out, and it makes the wire come out this long. And then you plug in that USB wire in there, run it underneath somewhere, and then put it in here. So I have the micro USB in here, and to be honest, there's not. I mean, you're getting about an hour of extra flight time with the tripltek tablet, okay? So it is good to have one, not to draw power that much, but since the latest update with the Autel Explorer app as well, the power draw went down to like 0.27 amps. That is similar to my cell phone. My cell phone pulls like 0.18, okay? So 0.27 is slightly above that, but it's still not like 0.5 or 1 amp. Before it used to pull like 1 amp. And in my experience with the tripltek already, the tripltek has a lot of battery power already. So I keep it at 100% unless I use it extensively. But as soon as I use it and it's down to like 50%, which takes forever, then I usually recharge it. But by that time, I flew already 4 or 5 flights, full flights with full batteries. and that's when I need to restart my controller. I mean, recharge my controller anyways, you know. So there's not really a need for a less power draw cable. Okay. Ken said, I'm having trouble telling when HDR is active. Is the button grayed out when active, or is it active when it's blue? It's active when it's blue. When it's grayed out is when it's not working, when the HDR is not working. The reason how you can tell HDR is face the sun. The moment you face the sun in HDR, everything else will come black, because she's gonna try and make the clouds and the sun, this light source, come to shine instead of blowing out. That's what HDR does. HDR just tries to keep the highlights on a minimum, you know, so you don't have blown out footage. That's what HDR is. So in order for you to figure out if HDR is on, face it towards the light source, and within that light source, you're gonna see that everything else turns dark, really, really dark. That's why I'm not a huge fan of HDR. Randy gives me a thumbs up. I appreciate it. John Anderson, the screen vision has come into focus now. Alrighty. Did I miss a question of yours? Did I miss it? Oh, right here. John Hennessy said, my vision is not coming through very clear. It seems to be out of focus. Your vision or the vision on the drone? I'm lost. I'm lost. So, Alpha 9 Doros, so congratulations. I know, right? 3,000 subscribers, and I'm already at 3,040 or something like that. It's crazy how it just grows, you know? That's happening, bro. What? Thanks, my man. Yes, you're very welcome. Is there a mode where I can fly in one direction even if I yaw to keep my subject in frame? Hope this makes sense. So you want it that you don't yaw anywhere, that you don't go anywhere, right? So you just want to go straight and you don't, I don't know. I never tried that because I always want all my functions to work. Because usually a subject, it pretty much has to do with flight skills of keeping your drone straight, you know, for keep going that way. And I think I haven't really tried to deactivate any of my yawing or rolling, or, well, there's not really rolling, but my yawing, I haven't really tried to turn that off, because just in case the wind blows it, and, you know, it's pretty much, I just try to keep it in focus. So fast subjects, it's going to be harder because you're going to fly like 40 miles an hour and you're going to see how she slowly starts swerving off. But other than that, it's like precision mode pretty much. You try to keep it in there and you try to keep your subject in focus and try to keep it in there in your frame for your composition. So, but I understand what you mean, but I can't answer that question to you, really, because I haven't really tried to deactivate my yaw yet. Babajao said, any update on the smart controller? I cannot give you any info on that. I wrote an email to them. I asked them if they had any valuable information for me about the smart controller, if they have anything, and they simply answered me that any of the information is currently not available for give out. So I have no clue. I know that I posted a link in the community tab. Let me pull that up real quick on my own YouTube channel. I know, stupid. I'm going to pull up my own YouTube channel on the community tab. But I just want to show it to you guys. For those who didn't know. So community, let me share the screen. Share screen. There you go. Share. So under here, there's my community tab right here. And now if you keep going down, there's my stupid face. There's the 3K. And over here, I posted a link to AliExpress. I got this link sent to me by somebody. And they said, oh, look over here. And this was after the last live stream when I said I'm not sure. So this is pretty much long distance HD image transmission, 13 kilometers. The one thing that I've noticed that this controller right here looks awfully close to the Dragonfish controller. So I'm not quite sure if this is correct. You know, even though AliExpress takes pre-orders for this. And there were also comments inside there that stated that AliExpress does that on a frequent, that they do a lot about putting stuff up on pre-sale, which is like triple the price or double the price. So I'm not sure. I can't give you any info on the Autel Evo smart controller, because even Autel has told me that they don't have any info that they can give me at this point to give out to you guys. Okay, so that is pretty much, you know, what I can tell you. But this info right here was the info that I tried to give out in the community tab, which was after my other live stream. And I probably should have deleted this because this is misguiding. So boom, I'm just deleting it right now. And it's pretty much, I don't know, it's pretty much, we don't know yet what is going on with that whole thing. Okay, so let's see. We have Walter Hall says, I'll be there 3. I'm so Cal also. Oh, okay, got it. I appreciate it. Randy McNeely sent me $5. Thank you very, very much. Here's $4 for you, bro, and $1 for YouTube. I think it's a little bit more than that. I think they take like $1.50 from this. Evil One owner, Kentucky. You're an Evil One owner? Oh man, I just been sent out propellers for it. No, wait. You're an Evil One owner? Randy McNeely. Randy McNeely is an Evil One owner. You know what I can do for you, my friend? This is my email. If you're still here, at one finger punch right here in typing. Oh, this is my email. So Randy McNeely, send me an email. Send me your address to that email, please, and I will send you a brand new set of Autel Evo 1 propellers. How's that? How does that sound, my friend? Okay, there you go, my man. So let's see. We are done with Walter. Walter Hall said, "What's your favorite ND filter number?" 8 and 16. I have 2. So I have actually on this one right here. Just right now, this is the ND16 that I have on this. And the other most used one is this one with all the fingerprints on top. That's my ND8. So between the two, I usually use 8 and 16. For sunrises and sunsets, my favorite is 32. I have never really touched the 64. I don't know why. I just never touched it really. So Acid Rain said, "What's up, my brother? What's up, my man?" Acid Rain is a person that I play video games with. Ken Drishball says, "Have you come across any good LUT files beyond what Autel offers that help with color grading?" No, I suck at color grading. I'm honest with you. I totally suck at it. I'm not really good with it. So I pretty much do my own thing. Like I play around with saturation and stuff, and I have a whole lot of options because I downloaded like a whole pack of like 250 LUTs for DaVinci Resolve back then. It was for free that I downloaded, and I end up actually, for the Arri Alexa or Arri Alexas, whatever, I end up using a lot of the LUTs in percentage wise for the Arri filters. So the Arri LUTs itself, but I can't really tell you which ones are my favorite. I have once tried the LUT from the Autel website, and I totally didn't like it. I wasn't a big fan of it. So I just play around with it. I have no favorite, and my footage, I mean, you guys watch my channel, is pretty much majority of it is shot straight out of this in regular color mode. I don't use log anymore that much like I used to, and I was totally a fan of it at some point because you have so much more range of doing different footage. But majority of the time when I film for this YouTube channel, I just bang it straight out, right out from the camera itself. Settings in manual and stuff, and just go for it. Absolutely love my drone. I fly nearly every day, and while I don't post a lot of what I capture, I love finding new subjects to capture. That's pretty much what it does. It's just like that. Once you start flying drone, it's freaking awesome how it just goes through just like that. Walter Hall, super sticker. I appreciate it. $2.99, my friend. Thank you very much. So what else do we have here? John Hennessy. Hello. It was the vision of your stream today. Sorry for the confusion. Oh. Yeah, I know. I try my best. I have this. Yeah. If you guys haven't seen this yet, this, my friend, is my focal thing. So because I'm putting it in manual, so it doesn't have the breathing in the background with the colors. So I put this here where I'm usually sitting, and if this is sharp, then I know I'm in focus. So might have been the stream itself because it's 1080p, and it might have rendered it less than that. Where do I get a shirt like yours? This shirt, my friend, is from a friend or from a viewer. It's Magic Mike. He made this shirt, and let me show it off to you guys. It's really cool. I wear it all the time. So it has that awesome Autel thing right here in the back. So I got that shirt from Magic Mike. He contacted me one day, and he just simply asked, "Oh, what is your address?" And I was like, "Are you a stalker?" No. And then he showed me pictures of his shirts, and it was really, really great. I totally dig it. And he asked me, "So, where would somebody like you put the picture, in the front or in the rear?" And I was like, "I'll put it in the rear, and I'll put probably in the front left, put that Autel sign." So yeah, I got it from him. It's from a viewer. He sent it to me. So that's how blessed I am. That's why I love this stuff. Tony said, can it really extend the range? I don't get that. Can it really extend the range? I don't get it. What can extend the range? The mount, the Skyfire mount? No, that doesn't do it. Range extenders is usually 4Hawks, Alien Tech. It's the two huge antennas. They get modified from the antennas itself right here, and they get mounted to that. Jed, can you take care of the dog? So, and it sits in the front like an amplifier antenna. So like this, and then it's like a huge board in the front. And that is usually a range extender. Hot Rod, it's $11.99 from Advexture. Oh, that's the smart controller, I guess. I don't know. Did you notice that the smart controller is equipped with SMA connectors? This will allow us to connect third-party antennas and boosters. I believe so. I have looked at it and I've seen it. It doesn't look like these ones that are just shoved in and hooked up to the wires. You know, that's pretty much what it is. So my dogs are going crazy. Probably my brother is coming home right now, so don't mind that. Just found this. Just found what? I don't get it. Alpha Drone. Oh, coffee for $1. Coffee bucks for you. Here's a big thank you for all you do for the community. I appreciate it. I deeply appreciate it. I'm flattered. I'm really hard in showing emotion for compliments. So I deeply appreciate it though. I really do. I really do. I use all the money I make from YouTube just to run this channel and to get extra stuff, and just like you've seen, just to give away stuff like these propellers. I picked them up. Somebody bought them on accident, and he posted it on one of the forums one day, and he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna sell these for like $10." And I told him, "I give you $20 if you send them to me, and I'm gonna give them away on my channel." And that's pretty much where this money goes, just to entertain you guys and give you guys hopefully helpful information and truthful information as well. I appreciate it. I deeply appreciate it. That link I sent is a US company, which is pretty known, and it looks like a real thing to me. Oh, okay. Yeah, so I don't know. Like I said, a lot of people said that they don't know yet about this Autel smart control. And the thing is, I have not received anything from Autel itself, and I contact them constantly. And they told me that they have no info to give me right now to give it anywhere. So that's the thing about it. Jed! I don't know. Somebody's here. These dogs are driving me crazy. So, do you plan on doing any drone work in the future? If so, what? So, I do drone work all the time, like literally all the time. From the screen recording that I just had, when you look at it, that screen recording was from a job that I just did where I did land survey. So, because I have that was like 3 acres, I have to survey the whole thing. I fly it, and I have to make nice videos and stuff, and I have to run the mission planner too. So I do a lot of drone work, and in the future, it's always about drone work. It's always about what I can do with it and stuff. And I actually just cut a deal, and I'm getting myself a Mavic 2 Pro. It's a used one, but it is a Mavic 2 Pro, because there were so many emails that I received based on how does it stink on against the Mavic 2 Pro? How does this work against the Mavic 2 Pro? Which is going to bring me to a further point in this video, in this live stream, in just a little bit, about the accessibility and the usage of the Autel Explorer app itself. Okay, so I picked up a Mavic 2 Pro. I'm waiting for it to come in, and a video about that is going to come out too. I think you guys going to like it. So yeah, there's always drone works in the works. Need one this shirt. Yes, if Magic Mike would be here, Mikey would be able to probably help you out or hook you up with it. And smart controller, yeah, that's the talk of the day. Smart controller, everybody's looking for it. I think he means, does the smart controller extend the range? Oh yeah, that I don't know. Like I said, I have no info, and I don't want to give you any info that is false. You know, I don't want to play the guessing game. So I know just as much about smart controller as much as you guys do. Probably some of you guys know more because you guys researched more, looked it up more. But me personally, after contacting Autel, I have nothing I can give you guys. I have no info, and I don't want to give you false info. Skyfire Aerial, what's up? Hey, I need my FPV DJI drone smells fishy. So Skyfire Aerial is the guys that made this amazing mount. Johnny Truesdale, he had a DJI FPV. He sent me a video of how he crashed his DJI FPV and it fell upside down into a lake. And just today, one of his diver friends actually found it. They went go back down there and they found it, and they sent him a video, and he sent me the video too. It looks amazing. It totally looks amazing. Like even the how excited he was that he found the drone. So he just said that his drone smells fishy. So it looks pretty fishy too. Alpha Drone says, yeah, I appreciate you, my man. I appreciate every single one of you guys that came by today. So Eddie Nunes says, what's up? What's up, Eddie Nunes? How you doing, my man? Here's another link. I cannot see links. What's going on with this? I cannot see links. Is it because, yeah, I cannot see links. Links don't work. Notice which store it's from. Yeah, I don't have the link. Yeah, links don't work for me. Yeah, it's blank. I don't have a link. Sorry. Don't worry about the dogs. Yeah, sorry about that. It's just the dogs. The dogs do what they do. They bark. You know what I mean? What software are you using for the drone mapping, 3D or 2D? 3D, Drone Deploy. So Drone Deploy is, in my eyes, one of the best and easiest to use 3D drone mapping system. Or it is expensive, but it pays for itself as long as you do survey. You know, like I said, survey is expensive. You charge the especially with this. You think about it. This equipment costs you already $2,000. Okay, that's $2,500 right here, plus $150 for filters, whatever. You have a Skyfi Aerial, which is $120. You have a tripltek, which is $700. So you're ranging around $4,000 to $5,000 already, just in equipment and in software itself. So when you charge your clients, you need to take all this equipment into consideration. Okay. So if your client is going to look at your pricing and he's going to tell you, oh, how come you're charging me $499 for a survey? I'm going to tell you because I just flew up there for 20 minutes, let my drone do its thing. That equipment is expensive. I have to go home, feed it into the internet, onto that Drone Deploy stuff. I create the 3D model for you. I pull it down. I make it accessible for you. And that takes away time from my plate, which is my knowledge. So you're buying knowledge. You're renting my equipment. And try go and rent a camera these days. You know, you're going to pay a lot of dollars for it. So that's the reason why something that is expensive like Drone Deploy, but it has the best service and it has the best outcome in 3D modeling. I have not seen anything better. I tried different ones. I cannot think of the names yet or anymore because I totally discard those already. But Drone Deploy, in my eyes, is one of the best 3D modeling maps that you can find, and plus it's together with Google Maps. So when you have an outdated Google Maps, you're going to see the old image that Google Maps had from like 4 years ago, and then you it throws it automatically on top of that with your 3D modeling, and you're like, oh, there's a huge development in there. So yeah, so that's how you charge your clients, guys. So Alpha Noise, I'm in Bothell, Washington on business. I think I need to sneak into Autel headquarters and try the smart control out. Hey, do it. If you can, take pictures, send them to me, email it to me. Definitely. Go to DroneWorks. DroneWorks, I don't think does DroneWorks have a controller for pre-order? I didn't look yet. Past 3,000. Yes, I know. I appreciate it. It's crazy, and it has been growing ever since. I got already 3,045, whatever. But like I said, I check my analytics. Just for those of you guys who run YouTube channels, don't get stuck on analytics at all. Like I check mine's maybe once a week, usually once a month, and I'm getting surprised every time I look. And it's like from $2,700, all of a sudden I get like $2,850. I'm like, oh, there's 150, and I do not let analytics play around with my mind because I just don't want to, you know. So if you have a YouTube channel, just keep doing what you're doing. And if you do have one and I'm not subscribed to it, just comment on my video itself, and I'm gonna check it out. I watch a lot of small YouTube channels that are like 50 subscribers because I'll try to get ideas from you guys, and I get inspired by your work because I love seeing other things than a beach and Hawaii because I see it every day, you know. And while you guys think it's freaking beautiful, I think it's beautiful. Have a mountain range in Colorado or have like super snowy fields that you guys fly over, because I barely have it here, you know, and I don't go travel much, so I can't even afford that. Copy Jim says, I do not see the link either. See, I'm not the only one. It's DroneWorks, Ken Dono's place. Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't even checked that. Can you do service with the 6K? I think the picture taking itself is in 5.4 because that's the max resolution. Yeah, it's the 5.4K. It's the 5,000 something by 3,000 something. So that is 5.4K already in the image taking itself. Resolution wise, it doesn't really make a difference though. It's just the file is going to be way bigger. That LLS file that it creates in the folder for that tab file that you have on your Autel before you feed it into the drone deploy. So yeah, he is in co-owner there. Yes, yeah, Kendona is. Advexer has it for pre-order. I ordered it. Okay. Oh, thank you very much. $2. Super sticker. I appreciate it. Like I said, it's not needed. You guys don't have to do this. So it's just, it helps me run this channel, like literally. So for cost wise for this channel, I have like $50 for this live stream for 1080p. I have the licensing for the music, which runs like, I don't know, like $400 a year, which is what, like $40. So that makes $100 already for $100 per month just on licensing for music and live streaming. And then I use motion array for certain special effects for some of my videos, for have added it on just to make the videos more entertaining, yeah, instead of just sitting there head talk. Exactly. Adventure X is the other US company that has it on the website. Okay, yeah. So I don't, maybe they know more about it. I don't, you know, Autel hasn't told me anything, but who am I? So I can't imagine why Autel thinks it's such a big secret. Well, the good part about it is Autel doesn't do like DJI. DJI has this leaking thing going on. Like before they even have a thing that goes out, you know, DJI always has a leak. Fox Fader, nothing to say, just glad to be here. Go Cowboys. That's right, my man. So what's your email, bro? In the future, I will be purchasing an Autel, and your expertise, I'm sure, will come in handy. I posted my email earlier in the comments. Let me do it again. 808-state@life.com. And you find my email also on my website, on my YouTube website, in the About section, I think. Let me check my channel real quick. I think in the About section, you're going to find it in there. Your channel. About. There you go. So in the About section, yeah, there's a for business inquiries, view email. I don't know why they don't just put my email address there. So just view email address. You can click on it, and it's going to show up inside there. So it's in the About section of my channel that you can actually see my email address. Okay. So how much is your insurance cost per job? What vendor do you recommend? That's the problem that I have here in Hawaii. There's State Farm that has a business insurance that is very expensive, which is like $560 a month. So which I haven't opted for. I use my own business insurance for my business itself, which I run, and inside there it covers up to $500,000, and that is also already inside of my business insurance, which runs through, I think, Aflac. I'm not sure. I might be wrong. Or Allstate. I have a business insurance with one of these companies, and they are covering my drone work. So in case something happens, they cover for the insurance for the drone. They cover up to $500,000 of equipment in case this sucker drops down and destroys something, which is usually not happening, you know, because I'm very cautious. I pre-flight everything. I pre-check everything. I'm like super cautious about everything. And even if there's workers and stuff, I tell my clients prior, you know what, your workers need to go. You want me to film this, they need to go, because I don't want this stuff to fall down into his head and get sued by this person. So I'm very strict on that. So if I talk to clients, I'm going to tell them, even when I do weddings and stuff, there's a big crowd. I'm not going to fly over that crowd, and I'm not even going to get closer than, I think the max that I go is like 100 feet around crowds. So I don't do any of that. So that's pretty much how strict I am with my business, because these things, can't imagine the weight of this thing going 20 miles an hour, coming down from 300 feet. This thing going to hit you in the head. You're going to be dying. You're going to be dead. Like, nobody's going to survive that. It doesn't matter. Or you're going to have veggie head, you know. I don't want any of that happening. So I'll make sure that I always have a visual on it. And if I have to tackle on that person prior, before the drone hits it, I'm going to take that hit. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Adventure X doesn't have it for pre-order, just an email notification when it's available. Oh, okay. Randy McNeely, super. Wait, Randy, didn't you just send another? What are you doing? Stop wasting your money on me. Randy McNeely, I hope that you got my email, and I hope that you send me an email, because you need to send me your address, because I think you were the one that I'm going to send the stuff to. Postage help. All right, got it. All right. Thank you. So Tony Stad said insurance is Skywatch on a per month basis, and I like it so far. $1 million liability. Damn. How much is it though? Can you tell me how much it is? So check your inbox and thank you. Yes, no problem. No, thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. What's up? Took my Autel Evo 2 drone out too for the hyperlapse. Was acting weird. It started following the clouds like how you mentioned before. I'm going to test it out. See, I'm not the only one. Finally. Thank you. I appreciate it. So that is a thing. That is really a thing. Shucks, I don't have no footage of it. Oh, I can pull up my video from my channel. Hang on. Let me pull up my video from my channel. So there is a tracking issue. If you guys haven't seen it already in my updated video, in my update video, when I do hyperlapses, it does this whole tracking thing, and it's annoying as hell. It does that many times. I had that already. I think I'm doing too much here because I'm playing this, and yeah, I might not be able to show you guys that video. But if you guys haven't done so already, check out my update video, the 2.622. It's going to be inside there. You're going to see the tracking of the clouds. So which brings me now, finally, I don't know why it took so long, which brings me to the Autel Explorer app. Versus DJI app, just to throw it out there because they're competitors. DJI app is a lot more easy to use. They have presets. I don't know why Autel is not going to bring out presets. We have the buttons of hell right below here, A and B, that are programmable already. And I wish that Autel would bring out a function where you can program those buttons, A and B, to have presets for your settings, where you just simply say, I want this to be my precision flight setting. I want this to be my preset number 2, to be my balls to the walls, no obstacle avoidance, full ludicrous mode, and my gimbal in that angle. And just keep it that way. They're unable to do this, you know. The third one is a third preset that you put in there for whatever, like smooth shots, whatever. Besides that, I think the Autel Explorer app lacks intelligent flight modes. Yeah, you have tripod mode, you have tracking and all that stuff. Nobody cares about those. You care about the shots you can get with the drone. Those shots are shots like spiral up while you keep the subject in focus in the composition wise. That's what these drones are made for, to create beautiful shots. Now the Mavic Air 2S came out, which has a multi-shot or master shot function. The drone shoots all its stuff on itself, and it actually edits the footage afterwards for you and cuts it together. How cool is that? So Autel has a lot to work on that, you know. This drone is a beautiful drone. This drone is amazing. It's strong. It's even though people say it's a brick in the air, it's not a brick in the air. It's super solid. I fly it in 70 miles per hour gusts, and it keeps the footage solid. So, but you have, for every little thing that you want to change, every time you go into precision mode, anytime you go into manual mode, anytime you do something, you have to go into these menus. And I want presets, guys. I want presets to be set that I can just press the button, because you're taking away from my flight time. You're taking away from my time to create this shot, and always just readjust my aperture, readjust this, readjust my log. Or if you stay in log, now you have to go back inside. If you want to take pictures, you don't want to take pictures in log and you want to have dynamic range. Now you got to go back in and change your stuff. So it's annoying, you know. And I really I don't know, man. That stuff it needs to go. What's up? Okay, we had that already. That's the cloud tracking part. There's a video I saw of commercial drone likely for a network TV station that crashed just behind a downhill skier doing a race. Talk about scary. Jesus Christ. Well, I wish I could show you the Adventure X page I got, which says in bold red letters, pre-order now. Coming. I believe you. I totally believe you, my man. And I appreciate you, Tony. Thank you very much. Super sticker, $5. I appreciate it. It's great. You guys are awesome. You guys don't have to do this, you know. The page that read this way: sign up to be notified when the Autel Smart Controller becomes available to order. Oh, okay. DJI has had, what, 15 years of development. So for Autel to have what they have so far, I think they have come a long way. Yes, they did. They did. But look at DJI. DJI throws out how many apps for how many different drones. They have the Mavic line, they have this other line, they have this airline now, and they throw out DJI Go, they throw out DJI app. Autel should do the same. have multiple apps. I know development costs money, but as far as goes for how much people spend already on these birds and how many they sold, and plus the dragonfish coming out, which is going to be a commercialized drone for probably $100,000, they're going to make a lot more money. And with that being said, a lot of people buy this drone because it's assembled, adjusted, put together. Yeah, it has Chinese parts, but the majority of this part is made in the USA. So because of that, plenty of people just want to buy it based on that because they want to support this company. I was one of these people, and I have no problem with doing it, but they need to work more on it. I don't see enough development within the time that I have been using it. I'm a spoiled brat. I want the stuff to work the right way. And so far, every firmware they came out with, besides this 2.622 and I think there was another one, the 2.33 or whatever, those two were solid firmwares. Everything else beside that had issues, and it caused a lot of issues for people. And they gotta have an extended period of time for people to try out those betas first and send them feedback and all that stuff, and to see what's going on with it and what's wrong with it. You can't tell me that you bring out a software and you haven't tested that tremendously with thousands and hundreds and thousands of flights. You want somebody to test this every single day? Send me a drone, Autel, right now, an Autel Evo 2, and send me updates, and I'm going to tell you what's trash. You know, I'm totally down for it, and I want to fly extensively. I'm not going to crash this drone on purpose. I'm going to fly it. I'm going to use it just like anybody else would use it. And I will tell Autel, this is trash. You guys just messed this up. There's strafing in there. There's horizon issues. I can't calibrate my gimbal, whatever it is. I'm going to tell you. You know, I wouldn't have a problem with that. But I mean, everybody could do that, you know. How long have you been flying the Evo 2 and learning all this stuff in general? Since June 11th, I have owned this. June 11th of last year. I ordered it. I was one of the pre-orders with DroneWorks. Then it was announced for the end of February, and I think it wasn't released until the end of May. And until it was shipped to me and until I started getting my hands on experience with this, it was June 11th. So since June 11th of last year, which almost makes 1 year now, yeah. And I pumped out 2,500 flights now with 3,500 miles. So that's why the title of today's live stream was 3,500 miles later. So needs a bit smoother zoom to work with the wheel. Yes, I think so too. The zoom could be better, you know, and I would prefer that too. When you're doing the hyperlapse, are you in aperture priority and shutter? I am in manual mode, my friend. Before the update in aperture priority, it would flow clouds, sun tilting the horizon, etc. Try shutter priority. See, I tried multiple different ones. I tried the shutter priority before because I had that whole gimbal pitch thing, and I think you were the one, either you or Hot Rod, were the one that suggested it to me. So I tried it, and I tried all kind of options. I'm like it's like a coding kind of thing. Like we have 6 codes and so many versions. So I try everything. I burn these batteries constantly. I think I have like 70 cycles on. Which one is number 3? I have like 70 cycles on this one. I don't know. I write it down somewhere. This number 2. This one has a nick in there. I don't know why. So yeah. And I try all kind of different versions, and it's funny on bright days when I just face it towards the clouds, it doesn't follow it. But then when get like low light conditions, she act out. And then the other time I had a sunset and the sun was going down. It was all fine until the sun was gone. Now the clouds turned from orangish, yellowish to black, and now she started tilting up and she started drifting off backwards, and she followed the cloud. So I don't know what the requirements are on that thing and how it does it, but that's how it follows in the hyperlapse, and it's annoying as hell. The buttons need some kind of button guard before they let them do anything. Too easy to push them accidentally the way it is. That's why I have a Skyfire Aerial, my friend. Skyfire Aerial, even the standard version, comes with this amazing thing. It's called the bumper button guard, or bumper buttons. Button bumpers. Sorry. Button bumpers. They are here, so you don't touch these no more. See that? You don't touch them no more unless you press it really in there. It didn't sound right either. Ooh. So Walter Hall says, agreed. Autel Done is fantastic, but the app doesn't need work. Yes, it does. The Autel app itself, there's too many options that I have to go in to change every single freaking time if I want to change something. It takes away from my flight time. So I'm really, really looking forward for them to change their firmware and to get good updates inside there. So Done. I agree. It needs smooth zoom. Yeah, it does. Okay, 100 miles per hour. Okay, I'll try that. Huh? What did I miss? I missed something somewhere. Doesn't matter. Insurance in Australia is about $2,500 per year. No price per job. Yeah, over here is normal price per job either. So I put the price per job on it. I actually tack on, I think like $60 or $70 if it's extensive jobs where I have to fly over people and all that stuff. So drone insurance is included in that. Sorry, brother, but Autel is fully manufactured in China. The only thing they have in here in the States is their headquarters. Okay, but I thought they're assembling it over here. Wasn't it or was it Skydio? Am I mixing stuff up with Skydio? I might be wrong. You might be right. Autel finally dropping a smart controller. Yeah, I wish I would know more about it and could give you some info. 1 year with Tilted Horizon hurt the Evo 2's debut. Yes, Tilted Horizon was a problem from the beginning all the way up to now. Excuse me, and it has not changed yet. Service department, etc. Autel is a Chinese as DJI. Okay, I believe you. DJI is very good at crushing their competition. The Air 2S is a smack to Autel. Yeah, it is. The problem with the Air 2S that I have though is you put a 1-inch sensor out there without an adjustable aperture. Why are you limiting yourself at all times? Why? Because you want to save money. At that price for what you get is insane. I still love my Autel and like you want to support an American company. Question about the focus on the E2. Is there a way to calibrate infinite focus or do you always have the focus tapping the screen? It's when you tap the screen, you can focus on certain areas. But usually in autofocus, it just keeps the majority of that unless there's something really close by that you fly closer. That's why I didn't understand that whole auto manual focus kind of thing. But if you put manual focus, you can actually adjust the focus and just keep it that way, which was good if you have, like, let's say there's something on the ground and let's say there's like containers stacked up and you want to focus on these containers instead of anything else and you're flying closer. Now the backside, you have a little bit shallow depth of field, which can create a really, really nice shot. Other than that, an autofocus is gonna, sometimes it breathes. It depends on the light condition, where the light source is coming from. It can breathe. So that, like, for example, this light right here, if you have a light source like that and you're flying lower to the ground, you have a light source somewhere, she can breathe. She's gonna start doing that whole breathing stuff. So now if you stay in manual and you set it to a certain part while hovering there and you fly forward, it looks really nice having a shallow depth of field and just coming into focus on the stuff in the front. Try it out. Try it out one of these days. Unless the smart controller can do magic, I'll just stick with the tripltek Skyfile and Alien Tech Pro on my controller. Only one problem: the bugger is heavy on my neck. That's why I don't use it on my neck. I'm a big guy. I use my hands. See my hands? My hands are pretty big, so I don't need no neck strap. So, copy that. Have a good evening. About to drive home for son's live does get in the way. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, have a good one. I appreciate you. Thank you for coming and watching. One more for the road. Did you find it difficult transitioning from a 9-to-5 work with your drone, assuming you had a regular 9-to-5? I do not have a regular 9-to-5, my friend. My drone business is my side slack. I have a what do you call that? 7-to-3 job and 16-hour job. So I work at a prison. So I get stuck constantly because we're overcrowded and understaffed. So all the videos that you see is an outlet for me. So just to throw that out there for you. My videos and my YouTube stuff and this live stream is actually something for me to recharge my batteries to return back and work in that environment. That's how bad it is sometimes. Skydio is fully manufactured in the US and designed and developed. I guess I mixed it up with them. My bad. I want to program a custom button to set gimbal pitch to 90 degrees and other custom buttons to return the gimbal back to its original. There is the A and B where you can put it that it goes straight down and straight back up. There is a button like that you actually can do it with. So it's under remote controller. Shucks. Does that tablet have an HDMI out? Nope, it doesn't. It does not. It has a headphone mount. It has a memory card slot. It has a SIM card slot. It has a DC in, which requires a DC wire, and I have a DC wire for that. And it has the USB-C in and out. So, yeah. No more HDMI out. You don't really need HDMI out on this. Or does it? Wait, what is this? You asked me a good question right now. There's something in the bottom over here. Let me check it out. Let me check this out. Live stream, guys. That's why you do live streams. Figure this stuff out. So there's something in the bottom. Oh, this does not look like a door. There's nothing written on top. I don't want to mess this up. Yeah. This one in the bottom over here, I don't. Oh, this is like a hookup to something. Let's see. You asked me a good question. I just opened this door down here. I don't even know what it is. It doesn't have anything in there, so it just has this rubber in there. But there are 2 screws next to it, so it might have been that they might have considered having a VGA in there. You know, the old school blue VGAs, and they just removed it and put this cover on top. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. That's a good question. But yeah, so far I don't see there's no HDMI output. So yeah, you can't have it like you do with the Life Deck, where you hook up the HDMI out and then you put it onto another screen. I just love it because it has the 1200 nits, and I fly every app with it. DJI Fly app, I fly the free flight app for Parrot. I use the Autel Explorer app with it. So it's crazy. It's crazy good. Does that tablet have HDMI out? What am I doing? Hey man, I had a huge flicker issue after the last time. Do you use no flicker? And which age? Do you 50 or 60? So flicker issue, what happens with that, what I've seen so far is people forget that they have auto white balance on. So if you have auto white balance, you're gonna end up with flickers based on shadows and the light source coming from the top. It does that. I don't know why. So yeah. I would check on that. Check on your white balance settings. If it's manual, then you're good. If it's auto, then you're not good, because that can cause that flicker. So shame. What? HDMI is great to use goggles. Yeah, I know, right? But somebody said, I think it was Hot Rod. He said the stuff about when you have the goggles and then you have the Life Deck and you plug in the goggles, you can use the goggles. But this is a GPS drone. You want to fly something with goggles? I highly suggest pick up the DJI FPV combo, Fly More combo. I'm a total addict to it right now, and it's a rush, and it's a great tool for me to have cinematic shots, scene lift, whatever you want to call it. So the pitch set to 0 to 90 always goes to 0 degrees first, then I have to press it again to get 90 degrees. It's so annoying. I use 90 degrees to be sure I'm not over a road. Yes, and that's pretty much what you can do, but it does the stuff. It does that extra step for go straight first and then go back down, and then you can look back up. So if you are in a setting already where the gimbal is set to like 25 degrees or whatever, yeah, it does that. It goes up to 0 first. But like I said, there is a button for that to go for. It's just, like I said, that has part to do with this whole Autel Explorer app, where it does certain things that are annoying because it wastes your time, you know. Oh my God. Today is a crazy live stream. What, you guys have too much money or something? $10. I appreciate it. I really, really, really do. I don't know what to say. I'm bummed I'm humbled out totally by you guys' support. I totally dig it. Dual is assembled in the USA. So yeah, I guess different things. Live action. Yes, live action. Yeah, oops, I missed one. Does the weight of the tablet bother you after 20 to 30 minutes? Do your arms get tired? Nope. I don't. The reason for that too is because when I fly like this and I know I get my stuff going, because I have this tripod underneath. So I usually, when I fly, I'm standing behind my truck and I have like the bed down or whatever. But the way I have it like this, it is really balanced out. Like it doesn't, I don't know how to explain it. It's really balanced out. It's just the weight. Like I said, I'm a big dude. So I don't really have any issues with any of that stuff. Like weight-wise, I mean, that thing would have to weigh like 20 pounds for me to get heavy. Too bad I like to use goggles. Yeah, if you want to use goggles, like I said, DJI FPV, bro, you're not going to regret it. 16 peeps need to hit the thumbs up. Oh, I never even looked. Well, maybe they don't like it, you know. I agree. It should go to 90, then 0. Yeah, it should just go like one time. Just go. Just do your thing, you know, press the button, boom, look straight down. I want to look down right now, right? That's why I put the 0 to 90. I agree. White balance, thank you. Yes, I would check that first, please. If that does not do it for you and you still have the flicker, you might have a sensor issue. So I've seen it on the forums that after they fixed the white balance stuff and they went into manual and they still was flying and they still had flicker. And they sent in their drone, and I think had like 2 or 3 people, which is not many after all these units that were sold over the past couple months, that had issues with the sensor. So the sensor had a problem, and it was partially based on impact. So I guess when they packed up that drone, they slammed it into their case, so it had an issue with that. So yeah. So I hope yours one never dropped or accidentally got bumped by anything or whatever, but it was, you know. I use the Evo like an FPV drone, but I can see exactly what the tablet displays using an NVIDIA Shield with H. Yeah, NVIDIA is nice, yeah. NVIDIA does all kind of cool stuff. I have the DJI FPV. How you like it, my friend? And a few other FPV drones. Yeah, I'm falling down the rabbit hole for FPV, I tell you that. Hallo und einen schönen Tag aus Deutschland. Hallo, back to Germany. Hello, my friend, WrestleMania. Hey, what's up, my man? So we have another fucking super sticker. Ken Dreesbog, what are you guys doing? Thank you very much. I appreciate you. Way too late, brah. Sorry. What are you sorry for? Hey, life is life. I gotta eat now. Take care. Thanks for answering my questions. Have a good one. Yeah, you too. Take it easy. We have Bob. Bob sent me pick me. Wrong show. Yes, that's right. Wrong show, my friend, but it's funny. I know what you're referring to. Yes, I do like it. Yes, me too. And we have Bradbury super sticker of $10. I don't know what to say. You guys, I'm humbled right now. I'm actually very touched right now. I'm very emotional about this. You guys are awesome. Thank you very much for the support. I don't know what else to tell you. I hope I answered all your questions. You guys gotta stop sending me stickers and money right now. Okay, stop. We gotta stop right here. No more donations, guys. Okay. I'm still a terrible FPV pilot. Just no time to practice. I do when it rains. I use the lift off with the DJI controller, and I got tremendously better. And I'm not as scared anymore. Now it's more like it's a different live stream. We're gonna talk about that in a different live stream. Okay. Question: do you have an extra accessory with you when you fly, like a body cam, reflective vest, etc.? I don't have any of that. I don't wear a body cam or a reflective vest because I have my camera that I'm filming with right now because I do a vlog, so I'm doing vlogs and stuff, and reflective vest and stuff I don't really need because I'm not really next to a road. If I am next to a road, I'm usually standing on the other side of the car so that between me and the road there's the car. Okay, so that's pretty much what it is. And I always make sure that I kind of like know my surroundings. That's why when you have, for example, the DJI FPV, and you need a spotter and you don't have one with you, don't fly by yourself because you have those things on you can't see, and somebody can just walk up to you, clock you, and you out, and he's going to take all your stuff. So you don't want that stuff to happen to you. Okay, so be careful out there. But I don't have a body cam or a reflective vest because I said, like, I do the vlog. I have my Insta360, the 1-inch module here, and that's pretty much it. So I usually vlog stuff, and that's what records a lot of things. And plus, you can utilize your drone too. Face it towards you once in a while. If you fly around, just look at your surrounding. You're gonna see if there's a car approaching wherever you are, so you can bring it back already, and you're gonna look, oh, okay, somebody coming. I don't know who that is. So I'm very cautious about it because you never know who you get behind you. Hey, can borrow $5? Hey, you want? Hey, anytime you need to borrow money, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm rich, but thanks for spending your time doing this. I can tell you're a good person. I certainly don't have time to do this myself. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I don't, like I said, I'm hard to tell you. Thank you. I'm flattered. I'm very humbled. I get points when I send you money. You sound like my wife. Please use the credit card so we can pay it off so I can earn my points and get extra free gas. Okay, honey. You deserve it, brother. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you. Not going to stop. Wait till start work with free fly systems. I'll send you a video of the drone I'm flying tomorrow. 33-inch props. 33-inch? Jesus Christ, the thing got a... Oh, that's like cutting off legs and arms, okay? So we are past our 3 o'clock or 1 hour. We are already on 1 hour and 15 minutes. I appreciate all of you guys. This was an amazing stream. This is crazy. We have like 40, 50 people in here, and I don't know what to say. I hope I answered most of you guys' questions. If you guys have any other questions, don't be scared of messaging me. Hit me up on Facebook. Hit me up on Instagram. I know it takes sometimes a little bit longer for me to answer because I have so many new people asking me questions, and I will try and answer them all. If I don't answer you, just send it again. You're not going to get on my nerves. Don't feel bad about it. Whatever. Just hit me up, and I'm going to try and answer it. If it is, of course, an Autel customer service kind of question, I'm going to refer you to it if only they can answer it. But I will not answer you anything I don't know nothing about, and I'm not afraid of doing so, okay? What else? One more right here. I'm thinking of getting a body cam in case I get accused of something weird. I also got a vest that reads FAA licensed drone pilot. Please do not distract. That is a cool idea. I never even thought of that. They just don't have vests in my size. $15,000 drone used in cinema. I'll send you the video after tomorrow. Oh my goodness. $15,000 drone, and then there's probably like $100,000 camera on that. Good night and thank you. Yes, good night, everybody. I appreciate you guys all. Don't forget, COVID-19 is still out there to get you guys. Please be a nice human. Be nice to each other. You don't know what the other person went through. Wear your mask. Wash your hands. Take it easy, everybody. Love you all. Aloha.